Let me set the scene. It's the year 2020, sweats, shivers, a lost voice. No, I didn't have COVID. That was me giving a speech at this school's sports awards. I was terrified. But it taught me something incredible, not just about myself, but about how fear shapes our lives. So what are you afraid of? I'm here tonight to show you how you can transform whatever that fear might be into a powerful force of courage and influence. I used to be consumed with this overwhelming fear and self-doubt at speaking in front of a crowd. Whether it was in front of a large audience, like I am tonight, or just my economics class of 9 people, I simply could not do it. Not because I wasn't prepared, but because my body refused to cooperate. The moment I stood up, self-consciousness took over, and speaking felt impossible. But there came a time last year where I decided enough was enough. I wasn't going to be scared. I wasn't going to back down. I wasn't going to be the same person whose entire school career was dictated by this one singular fear. But how could I start? Like many things, it is the initial first step into discomfort that is the hardest. Without an extensive guide, how can I make that initial leap? Well, as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. We don't need a full plan on exactly how we're going to conquer our fears. All it takes is a few small actions to push you out of your comfort zone. By gradually confronting our fears, we will loosen their hold over us. For me, I started signing up for different extracurriculars that would force me to speak in front of people. I joined Model United Nations and the Student Council, where I pushed myself into the positions I dreaded most. And it felt amazing. The more I pushed myself, growing as a person, the smaller my fear and its tight grip around me became. But there also comes a time where we need to test ourselves. A bigger step to really prove that we've made progress. I decided to give another speech at this school's sports awards, the very event that had once sent me spiraling into panic. At first, it was terrifying. But with every moment I faced that fear, I felt the smallest victories ripple outward. The more I stepped into the discomfort, the more confident I became, not just in public speaking, but in every part of life. What we don't realize about fears is that it's not just about doing what you most dread. Facing our fears changes everything around us. We'll be more confident, take more risks, and thrive under this new and improved version of ourselves. For me, after that night at the sports awards, I was a different person, applying for leadership roles, sharing my opinions, and even connecting with others on a deeper level. The ripple effect of facing that one singular fear reshaped my entire life. Think of courage like water being poured into a dry riverbed. At first, just a trickle, but then it flows faster and spreads wider. One action, one choice leads to the next, and not just for you, but for everyone watching. Not only do we gain from this courage cascade, but so does everyone around us. When we observe acts of courage in others, it increases our own likelihood of stepping out of our comfort zone drastically. Imagine if everyone here tonight was able to spark courage in those around them. We could spread our very own courage cascade just about everywhere. But it doesn't stop at us here tonight. 77% of people experience some degree of public speaking anxiety. Imagine if just a fraction of those people decided to face that fear head on, the effects wouldn't just be personal, they'd be societal. More voices would be heard, more ideas would be shared, and more people would be seen for who they are, rather than what they were limited to. Now I know what you might be thinking, but my fear is not that big. And that's the point. It doesn't have to be. Fears, big or small, hold us back from living the life we're capable of. But when we challenge them, even in the smallest ways, we create ripples that extend far beyond ourselves. But here's the thing. None of this can happen unless you act. Fear thrives in silence and stillness. Courage needs motion. It's not enough to want to be brave. We have to do something. Maybe that means speaking up in conversation, trying a new food, or even starting that business idea. It's not the size of the action. It's the intention behind it. And every time we take action in the face of fear, we are creating the foundation for our very own courage cascade. So I challenge you. Think of one thing that scares you in your life, whether that's speaking in front of a crowd, stepping out of your comfort zone, or chasing a big dream. What is one action you can take next week to face that fear? Because courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to act in spite of fear. One step, one spark, one ripple at a time. Thank you.